Three storms are on their way to you, my brother, to you. Storm number one, it's already starting to destroy men like me and you, okay? And I'm talking about the first storm of the three, the financial devastation that is headed our way. Hell, it's already here. I've got financial flat tires right now. It's here. Personally, it's here. The tsunami that nobody warned you about. Oh, yeah. When you signed those damn papers, the divorce papers, and nobody warned you about how bad that storm is going to be. Now, I'm looking down for notes because otherwise I'm all over the place, so bear with me. So let me show you some math, okay? They don't tell you this math in mediation, okay? They're not going to, hey, look at this. You're going to be, no, we don't hear any of that stuff from the judge, from the lawyers. Lawyers, all they want is just causing more financial devastation for you, the DOD, the dads of divorce, me, same. All right, look, child support. Let's say you're making 75 grand a year, okay? I'm in that range myself. I'm not going to tell exact. But depending on your state, okay, you're looking at 12 to 1800 bucks per month. Per month. 14 to 21,000 bucks a year. That is, then if you're anything like me, you're paying for two households, because it's not just that. Then you got to pay your own rent and your own this and that. No wonder we've got DODs out there, dads of divorce, that are struggling and they don't have just one financial flat tire. They've got a rig that is all financial flat tires, all four. And if you're running an 18-wheeler like I used to do, you got 18 financial flat tires, okay? Okay, all right. Do the math. let the numbers sink. I'm just letting the numbers sink in. You're looking at 45,000 to 75,000 in just what I just told you. And if you're like me and you're making around 75,000 a year, you are already with financial flat tires all over. Okay. Now look, just drop a comment if this is you. Drop that comment, please. Here's where I don't want things to get worse, but they get worse, okay? This is just the beginning. It's just the beginning of this storm. Nobody tells you the debt spiral that's about to happen, because I know I got caught into the debt spiral. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the credit cards. You need a good lawyer. You need this. And so you start doing everything on credit. You see where I'm going. You see, and talk about, this is a trap, guys. This is where good men go from struggling to drowning. I'm talking about perfect storm. So if you've got that movie in your arsenal like I do, I love that movie. I don't always like to watch it because it's a real story. And if you don't know about the story, in a quick synopsis, fishing boat goes out, three storms converge, makes a perfect storm. And I won't ruin the ending, but this little fishing boat, struggle out there. And do they survive? Do they drown? I'll let you watch the movie if you haven't seen it. But the trap is about you trying to keep up appearances, keep up with the Joneses down the street, because you got to have the nice car and the this and the suit and the list gets longer and longer. So it's a real trap that happens. And so what you're doing when you do the credit thing and you pull out as much, and you might have a house, and now you're going to leverage against the house, pull out this, and the house has to be split. There's all kinds of things. See how this financial devastation storm, it's huge. Huge. I used to buy furniture. The furniture that was gone when I came home. Okay, this is going to get messy. The furniture that was gone when I came home from work, we had put it on credit. We bought a nice set. I mean, there was not only just a living room set, but we had bought a bedroom set for us, the queen bed that was now gone. And I stood in the doorway with the twin mattress in its place. Well, we had furniture. We had nice furniture that was all on credit, most of it. I'm ashamed to say how much. It was over $5,000 in credit that I did for all that furniture. Okay. That brings back some pain. Give me a minute to breathe. I don't remember the credit interest rates, but they were probably 12, 15%, something like that. I had pretty decent credit. But if you don't have, and you end up with interest rates that are, I don't know, 30%, and then you're really a big trap. So not only are you paying for child support and alimony in your household, and then you go into debt as well. Now this is a point where you got to have a convoy. In the comments, you got to throw convoy if this is you and you're about, maybe you're drowning, maybe you're already drowning like I was. And now you think it can't get worse, and I'm going to tell you that for me it got worse. Okay. Because divorce doesn't just destroy your bank account, it begins to destroy your earning potential. What do I mean? I was earning well into six figures at a job that I was trained for, that I went to school for, as a reproductive specialist on a dairy farm. So I knew the dairy cow inside and out, and I could help farmers get more milk in their tank because of what I brought. Simple thing. If the cow is a happy, bored cow, then that cow is going to give more milk. And so comfort goes into play for the cow. Oh, see, and it's a whole nother metaphor for us. If you want to explore that, I won't, because I have a script. But it does get worse, guys, because you know what happened to me? My earning potential went to zilch because I lost that $100,000 plus job. Because I lost her, I lost the kids, I lost the house that came with the job. Okay, so you're starting to see the picture here, because I went totally nuts trying to find her. I mean, they kept me on for another few months, but I wasn't the same. I wasn't the same guy that was helping them to have a more profitable dairy. So what did they have to do? They made the right decision. They said, Mike, we just can't have you anymore. And so my potential went to zero. And so then, this is the silent killer that nobody really talks about, because in a moment, I went from being married, provider, dad, all this. In a moment, I come home, house is empty, all furniture gone, papers everywhere, and I stand there in the doorway. And from that moment forward, I am now not a dad, not a full-time dad. I'm no longer a husband. I'm a divorced man. And then a few months later, now I'm not able to provide. And so I had all those things ripped from me. And I spent the next decade drowning. Okay, I did it alone. All right. So let me talk about men for a second in general, because this is what I did. I went inside. I people ask, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing okay. And that's what we as men do. We internalize, we stuff shit down in, and we, until it explodes, like it did for me many times. The first big explosion I had is in my frantic search for my kids and my wife at the time. I wanted desperately for them to come back. So what do? I find them. I don't remember how long it took. I think it was at least a week. I finally found out where they were. They weren't very far away. I went over there, see her car in the driveway. I pound on the door. She comes. She's not even going to let me in. And I start begging and pleading. And then I pushed my way in. And I started trying to grab stuff. I said, come on, you're coming with me, kind of thing. And she said no. And by the time she got to the third no, I lost it. And I said some really bad things, F and B being one of them, and I punched a hole in the wall from me being the man of stuffing shit down in. It exploded, and it exploded all over my soon-to-be ex then. And the worst part was, and I don't think they saw me, but they heard me, my kids, they were within earshot. So in that moment, I lost their respect. I lost their love. I did that. The left hand of destruction did that. Me. I decided to do that. So has your career taken a hit after divorce? Mine did. You know, if it did, I mean, you're not imagining it. It's time to make that shift happen, right? Talking about shift work. Oh, geez, you're going to know where I work. It's okay. They've got lots of plants around. Anyway, so enough of the doom and gloom, okay? Enough of this left-hand BS that, it drags you down. And I know, hey, this convoy at times can, make you, it's heavy. Sometimes I don't want to jump in the group because of how heavy sometimes it is for me, okay? But I know it's important to make sure that these dods, not dad, yeah, your dads of divorce, these dods are seen, and they don't feel so alone. So here's it comes down to this. Let's have a financial triage system right now. Let's jump in, and these 3 steps you can start right now, right today, from this very video of me going like, okay, first, you have to send every single dollar on a mission. Every single dollar now becomes a soldier that you command. You got that? You command. I'm Drill Sergeant daddying you right now. You become the drill sergeant, and you command every single dollar to be a good soldier for you, and for it to go out and do the best good. Okay? Now you're like, what are you talking about? You see this car that I'm filming from? I've made this choice so that I can still pay for the stuff to be able to do the stuff I'm doing, videos. I have a virtual assistant that helps me. Otherwise, I could not do all the stuff that I'm doing. I'm just a little peek behind this curtain. Those soldiers, I commanded them to go and help further the work that I've got going. My passion project. You need to do the same thing. You find out what is your first and foremost things. You know that you got a budget. You got to know. You got to first look. I use Chime, so I'm in there. It does a nice job. Oh, I spent this much at my McOffice. Holy, we're gonna need to do something about that. So I start using the app, and I get stuff for free. And I go to Aldi's, and you'll see some of my stuff out there on this very channel about me going to Aldi's and looking for the red tags, and me using the app. I haven't done that video yet. Here at my McOffice, and getting my free ice cream cone for when I've done a full day's work on my passion project. Not here. A full day's work on my passion project. Yesterday I spent from 4:30 in the morning after getting a few hours sleep, and I worked my butt off all the way till about 11 o'clock last night. I don't know how many hours that is, but it's a lot. And I was focused, and I was doing a lot. This video is one of those things that I did the next day. I've got a live today, guys, that I'm doing at, I don't even know what time it is. I think, 5 hours, I'm going to be on a live with you guys. So just feel me here. I'm on a mission, and you need to be a drill sergeant dad to your money. A drill sergeant. You don't need to be a dad to the money. That would be weird. But look, there's ways to get things going. There just is. Step 2, that's the first one. Money. Every single dollar is a soldier for you. Okay? End of story. Side hustle. There's the next one. You don't want the side hustle to kill your custody time. Oh boy. This weekend, I have this weekend off. Except tonight at 6 p.m., I have a forced overtime. And I have a financial flat tire right now. Okay, I'm just being real with you. Even if I didn't have my overtime shift that I am forced to be to tonight, Saturday night, I still would not have been able to get to see my kids. And so I just came off of an hour and a half video chat with the kids. My daughter's now seeing some of my videos that I'm doing. Oh boy. And I told her, I said, I did a video about your brother, your autistic nonverbal brother. And she's like, what? Where's my video? I said, I'm working on it. So anyway, that's me. That's my life. A little peek. Don't let your side hustle, whatever it is. This is not a side hustle for me. I am not doing this for money, guys. I hope you feel that in my heart. This is a passion project. I would do this for free any day, all day, every day if I could. But I got to pay the bills. You could freelance. I love to write. I could jump on, and I started a freelance writing career a few years ago when I was struggling and trying to figure things out. I've got a blog that I did, Thoughts of an Old Cowboy. Yep, thoughts. You know, the noggin covered with the cowboy hat? That's me. I had a blog site, no longer there. This is back in 2010 or whatever it was. Shortly after all this stuff, that was me trying to figure things out. DoorDash. That's if you got a vehicle. I'm sitting in my vehicle right now. I could be DoorDashing the shit out of this area right now. I'm looking at the drive-through, busy, and I see Uber Eats guys coming in and grabbing their bags and going. I could be doing that. Okay. Monetize your expertise. Maybe you've got a niche. Don't ditch the niche, guys. If the niche, however you say, I just made that up. I don't know. But you don't want to ditch the niche if it can make you some money. Get in there if you've got expertise. You know, I could right now in this area build a dairy reproductive type of business where I'm a consultant. What? Yeah, I could. I'm not going to because I'm busy doing this, helping other divorce, helping my Dodds. I love that. And that came from a viewer, by the way. Thank you, Northwest Bear, some guy. I mean, I love that guy. Anyway, I mean, he's open and honest, kind of like what I'm doing now. He's like, so what did you do so bad that your wife left you like that? I'm like, he's like, are you on drugs? I said, no drugs, just stupid shit that I did back then that caused my wife to pull up stakes and leave. All right. You see what I do that's why I have to have the script. So now coming back, child support, non-negotiable. You have to have that, right? Housing, you got to have a place for the custody. I'm in a situation right now. No, my kids don't come here to visit me in my car. I have an amicable, is that the right word? I have a relationship that's okay with I want to call her my soon-to-be ex, but I don't know that that's the right term right now because we are working on things. Okay, she's seeing a different me show up in the YouTube video feed. The kids are starting to see me, my ugly mug, on the YouTube feed, and it's starting to change things. And so food, obvious, it's got to be on the list. Utilities, basics, everything else. You've got to divide this stuff into the absolute necessities, the top 5 things that you have to do. Before, I was thinking I have to have an apartment here. I don't. Right now, I don't want to show you the mess. I'm living out of my car, and I'm sitting at my office in the parking lot using their free Wi-Fi. Okay, that's me. I chose this. It's not like when I was homeless in Houston. Okay, that was by chance. This now is by choice. And you can do the same that I'm doing with zero shame. Zero. Okay. Whew. Now look, I know it sounds kind of harsh. Okay. I've seen dads in our group lose custody because they prioritized, credit card payments over their rent. Don't be that guy. Make the priorities. The credit card shit, I don't care if they go to collections. Who gives a shit about that? Put your focus on what is necessary. Keep a roof over your kid's head. Pay the alimony. Pay the child support. Do all those things. I know it freaking sucks, okay? It sucks ass, in fact. Okay, look. Financial. Back to the storm for a second. It is a huge, huge storm. Financial devastation. But we're just starting because we got another storm that we're going to talk about. While you're drowning financially in this financial storm, me with my financial flat tire, there's another storm that's brewing, and that's the custody battles, the custody wars, the kids. So if financial stress isn't enough, then we add the custody battles, and this war begins to amplify. Do you see what's happening here? Ooh. And then you're too exhausted, to even fight. And then what happens when it comes to your kids? And I've done this. I've checked out when it's time for my time to be with the kids, and I'm like, man, I'm exhausted. I can't do this. And I fall asleep, and then they just wreck the place. That was back then. But look, remember all that money you've spent on legal fees and half of it for fighting for custody battles and all that? I was losing because I looked like I was financially unstable. I was mentally unstable. I was a mess back then in my battles with my ex and my kids. And I'm thinking you're beginning to see how these storms can feed each other. This next video about the custody war, it will be dropping soon. I don't know the exact date. But subscribe now, be part of the convoy that we've got going on. Here's the thing. I'm going to be providing you tools. One big one is the hand GPS tool that will help. Okay. I'm not just going to leave you out there. This is my rescue mission. Okay. You're going to be like, what is he doing right there? It's part of the rescue mission, because where I was, from the toxic thoughts all the way out to being homeless in Houston, that's the destruction side. To this side, to where I'm having builder, constructive thoughts, and now I'm out there, I'm building a legacy. If you want in on that, go check out the live. There's 2 of them. One on Saturday, 3 p.m. One on Sunday, 3 p.m. Today is Saturday. Today at 3 p.m. in, let's see, T-minus 4 hours and 45 minutes from this point, I will be jumping on live and helping you understand how to build your prefrontal cortex, and we can go all science. I'll try to keep the science out, but guys, I want you to know I'm here. I see you. You're not alone. Join the convoy. Let's help others, other Dodds, along their Dodd freeway that has all these exits. Okay, right now a financial exit is being built right now. It's under construction. I already have some other long form videos that have 0 views, but we can start if you got this problem, if you got this financial exit problem, you got this storm, I've got some long videos to help you, and this one is going to be added to it, so that when you pull off the exit, off the highway, off the freeway, and go, man, I suck, my job doesn't cover all these expenses. Well, what we just did right now is I show you that from my own experience. And I got to add this. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a financial advisor. None of that. And then you'd be like, well, why the hell am I listening to this guy? I teach from my experience. Okay, hell, I'm not even that great of a life coach yet, I don't think. I have that experience, and I have this tool that has been developed over the past 30 years. So I have tools that I can share you. I'm not I'm not sitting in a corner office. I'm sitting in my car. This is my studio. This is my life. And I'm going to share it with you to help you not feel so alone. I love you, brothers. Hope this has helped. Remember, subscribe, join the convoy. If you want even more protection, with my life, I protect our Facebook fortress where our convoy dods can gather and share stories. No judgment, no shame, only help. Because what those stories do when you pull over off to the side of the freeway and your flashers are going because you're having a meltdown, what I've seen so beautiful in that little group is there's not just one that pulls over with you. There's 10, there's 12, there's a bunch of comments, there's reactions to your posts that say, you're not alone, we love you, brother, it will get better. And this happens this happens daily. This happens multiple times a day in our Facebook fortress, that I am so thankful to be the lead rig in that convoy. Love you guys. Links, you find the link in the bio if you want to join the Facebook fortress. Just remember, it's men only. It's divorced dads only. Ladies, we're working on it. We will have, I know other coaches that are female divorced moms with kids. That's going to be, if maybe you're one of those, message me. I'm looking to expand this type of system to include not only moms, not only dads, but how about kids? What about grandparents? I'm a grandparent. I won't go there. Anyway, love you guys. I went way off script, as I usually do. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Love you guys. Let's go to grow.